Welcome, everybody, to Innate Interviews. I am your host, Dr. Hedglon, and I have Dr. Paula Hedglon, one of my good friends, and I'm so happy to have you join me today. Welcome, Paula.
It's great to be on today.
So, I've known you since I started, and you were an inspiration to me. Roberta and I came to visit your practice many times, and, with DE and the gatherings too, I'm fortunate enough to spend some time with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey in chiropractic and, what brought you to chiropractic?
Well, that's an easy one because it's been in our family. So my great uncle was a chiropractor and he studied under B.J. Palmer, and he was a big influence to all of us in the family, as you can tell. And yeah, and then Armin became a chiropractor, and I was not thinking of being a chiropractor at that time, but it
Yeah.
wasn't until I went to a graduation of my ex-sister-in-law, and Karen Kassan spoke, and Dr. Sid came right up to me, shook my hand, and looked me in the eyes and wouldn't let go. And he said, "When are you coming to the school?" That's all he had to say.
Wow.
And it was like, I think I want to be a chiropractor. Yes, that's it. That's it. So that's what I did. So I went back home and then I decided to be a chiropractor then on. So it's been a big, Dr. Sid was very influential to so many people. Wouldn't you
Absolutely.
agree? Yeah, so many. So it was good.
Well,
So that's why I continued with DE with Dr. Sid and all. So it was good. But tell me more.
Well, I could almost feel that moment, even though that I wasn't there with you, but just in the presence of Dr. Sid with, that strong chiropractic hand and looking you right in the eye, there's no
Oh,
way to say no.
and he said, "You have the Rossi eyes." That was like, okay, all right,
There you
there you
go.
go. That's a ticket. So yeah.
Now, also knowing you from Dynamic Essentials, DE, founded by Dr. Sid Williams, and why don't you tell us? I mean, you've been a speaker there since I was there. You inspired me, and maybe share a little bit about that.
Well, I think it's going in a good direction right now.
Yeah.
And I think we're keeping the legacy of Dr. Sid alive. And I'm sure that we need to have more younger people. Not nothing against you, Haig, but we need more younger people to come up in chiropractic for the right reason. I mean, there are so many young people that want a quick money making scheme and they'll follow anything to do it. And it's like what Dr. Santo talks about, holding the leash, are you a wolf or are you a dog? So it's we're trying to get students there, and they're not learning it as much in schools. I know Sherman
Yeah.
is, but no, they're not learning chiropractic the way it should be. And I
So
just don't want to see it to go dying. And I think that we're keeping the principled chiropractic going strong, and all of us. So
absolutely. And the importance of gathering together as chiropractors strengthens the whole system, right?
mhm,
We had the gatherings together with Sigafus
mhm,
and mentored by him as well. But the big part I think was the gatherings as well, where we could all be together with like
mhm.
energy. Dynamic Essentials is that same way, New Beginnings, and these groups where we're really more homogenous and able to be ourselves, right?
And I think that by having these groups, what's happening is you're clearing yourself out to be a better chiropractor because you're becoming a clear, clean vessel. And that's what gets you connected to the innate intelligence for your innate podcast, right?
That's
So,
right.
so we see that happening more and more. And I think that that's a very big key to people that have to get their answers from within. So that's so true. And the gatherings, oh my gosh, is that clearing out? Did we clear out in that? We sure did. We whatever was blocking us, we got rid of it. And that
Yeah.
was part of it. Plus we got to see nice places.
Got to see nice places. I remember running around Chicago, me, you, and Roberta. We did it in a hurry. How did we
Yeah,
do it? But we had a lot of good times. We had a lot
we
of fun.
did.
Well, and I think of, people like Richard Santo and Cecil Collins and, going to the gatherings and having, Cecil, I've even referred people to his office in Tennessee at times. So, but having that mentorship, what does that truly mean? Because a lot of these, you say this like about students coming out, but there's really, do you see a lack of mentorship out in other places?
Yeah, I do. I see a lack of it. And I don't know if it's the students or if it's us. Because
Sure.
sometimes when I talk to the students, they go, "Oh, well, I'm going to be doing it differently." I just,
Hmm.
okay, you could. Yes, it's your choice to do it differently. And what is your purpose? So those are things I ask them about. Like, what is their purpose if they're going to do it differently? What is their purpose in chiropractic that they, is it just to see more people, or is it just to get connected, or is the purpose to enhance people's lives from inside
Yeah.
out? You know?
Dee Dee said, our purpose is to release the denizens of the earth of their fetters, right? And, that's the binds that tie us, that keep us from truly being who we're really meant to be. And, pain management has sort of dug its way under the skin of the profession,
Mhm.
and which is opened the door up for other professions to use ours. If we use theirs, they use ours. And they don't even have to take the numbers of boards we do to practice. And it's
I know.
terrible. But, what would you say to the young people? And I say young people, some of them are older than me coming out of school,
Right,
maybe.
right.
But, fledgling chiropractors, what would be some advice you would share?
I always tell them to go visit offices,
Yeah.
really, because they have to see. I remember having a couple of interns and associates and saying, "Oh, this is great. This is great." Yeah, it's great when you've been in practice for a long time, but when you open up the doors, it's not that way. So if you go observe and look at other people's offices, you can um, just follow their way. I mean, it's not a conscious thing; it's an unconscious thing, and
Yeah.
you'll learn all the things that you need to do to get a better and bigger practice. So,
And you touched on something very important. And walking into a practice that's been functioning for 20, 30, maybe 40 years, when you come into that well-oiled machine, it looks easy. But
mhm.
it's taken all that time, the pain, sweat, tears,
Yes,
sleepless nights, long days and sleepless nights, as Dr. Sid used to say. That's what really an entrepreneur is, and also serving the people,
hmm,
where it's, you have to be 100% for them. And you also have to let people know you exist.
yeah, that's right. You can't just stay in the four walls. You got to get out there and tell people about chiropractic the right way, and just they need to know who you are, and it's who you are that makes them come in. I know it's chiropractic too, but it's
100%.
who you are that attracts them to you. Hey, which and it's who you are.
Well, and we have a great young chiropractor that's joined our office, and he did his first screening the other day. And I said, there's no magic words. It's not the magic words you're going to say. It's coming from you and
Hmm.
your passion. All the passion you had through school, everything else, that passion right now is where it pays off. And
Hmm.
that's what people want. They're attracted to your energy.
Yeah,
And that comes from us, not through, it comes through us. And
right.
very, very important.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's where coming to be clear again by doing your preparation, such as meditation, 49 breaths, journaling, all that is very important. You can't, and see, a lot of times, even me included, will stop when things are going great. And then it's like, when things aren't going great, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing this 3 times a day. I'm supposed to be doing this meditation and this and this and this. And that's what we need to be consistent in our
Yep.
preparation.
You just struck a nerve on me, and where I haven't been journaling as much. As soon as you said journaling, I said, "Where is my book that I'm journaling in? The current one." I've been sliding because what it is in my mind, I got too busy.
Hmm.
And then one of this, everything's running smoothly, blah, blah, blah. And I put my important things aside. I got up this morning, though, and changed my cycle. I'm writing a book. It's
Oh, good.
Birth Trauma and the Role of Chiropractic. Okay.
Nice.
And, could you imagine if every baby was checked, their upper cervical checked in the first hour of their life?
Hmm.
We would
Great.
see less cerebral palsy, less SIDS. So we're writing that book. So of course, with my children are 9 and 11, they're out of school right now for Thanksgiving. They get a week off. I got a day,
I
but
know.
I got to put an extra hour in the morning. So I was up at 5 writing again this morning, where I've put even that off for the past about 3 weeks. So thank you for inspiring me too to get
Oh,
back to
well,
journaling and everything else
I
too.
think we all need to be inspired with that. So it's not just you, it's me too. So all of it.
Slipping and checking,
That's
slipping and
right.
checking. And the word to inspire means to bring in spirit, right?
Hmm.
So you
Absolutely.
shared your spirit. We're sharing our spirit with the people that listen. And, it doesn't fall on deaf ears. You don't know how far what you think. First, he says think, say, or do, because the thinking is the most important one. Will change the lives of millions of people tomorrow. And Pasquale used to say, tomorrow never comes, it's today,
Say,
right?
that's good. One of the things I was going to say too is when you journal, you're putting your thoughts on paper. So when you
Right.
do it on paper, it's actually in a different other consciousness.
Yeah.
So it's coming from above. So it's good. That's good. I
And
mean,
you,
Santo used to say, if you had something going on in your practice, write a letter to your practice. What do I need to do to make my practice better? What do I need to do this? So that's a good tip too for some people. Say, what do I need to do in my practice or
or, or
me?
yeah, for ourselves or our family. And, that's a good one. And that's not something, the beginning practitioner or chiropractor should do. It's we can do that through our whole lives. What can I
Absolutely.
do? I used to ask, a dear friend of ours that you also have, and how can I serve people better?
Mhm.
And, that's how I went to sleep at night. How can I serve better? How can I serve more? And, I've gotten those answers sometimes in very dramatic ways, but asking spirit, how can I serve your people better? Right?
Mhm.
How can we change the world to live in a better place? Like our mission statement is, to create a heavenly earth. If we said the Lord's Prayer and don't expect it to happen, we've just been saying words.
Words. Yeah,
So it's about service, creating a heavenly earth.
that's true. That's true. Also, when you're saying about serving people, you have to remember that doing more sometimes isn't the best. Sometimes we have to do less to be more focused on what we have to do. And I don't mean less in serving people, but less in doing the dance.
More
People do the
focus.
dance, right?
Yeah.
They do the dance around there. We have to be focused on that. So that's always important.
And that's the important part of having a mission, a clear vision, and a purpose for, where you're going and what we are all doing.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. So, what is your purpose?
my purpose is to serve God's people,
Okay.
to serve God by serving his people. And, as we go, what about your purpose? What's your
Same thing.
purpose?
Same thing. To serve God, really.
And it's a
And
humbling thing.
right. It is. And we have to remember that purpose too. So,
Absolutely. So, Paula, it's great talking with you. Is there any last tidbits you'd like to share?
um, enjoy life. That's important.
Yeah.
Relax. I know there's a lot of chiropractors that get all freaked out when patients leave, but you know what? They'll always come back, and you have to believe. That's a big key in what we do. We have to believe and have the faith that they always come back or they always do it. So that's important too. So belief is important. So basically, that's really what I wanted to share with you, because the biggest thing I see in the practice is the love I have for the people. And the reason I have so much love is because I love life and I love God. So we love what we do as chiropractic because we know what it does. Well, maybe not all the time, but we know what it does, and it always works. And basically, you have to keep that loving spirit in the office, no matter what.
Yeah. Because it comes through every molecule in the office, every molecule of wood, paper, plastic, every bit of metal, that energy is traveling through, like the love button. Dr. Sid used to talk about putting a love button at the front door.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Mm-hmm.
we just painted our building.
Oh,
And
nice.
as soon as I painted the door, I said, I've got to get the love button up, but I haven't gotten it up. So thanks for the reminder of
Yeah.
getting the love button up on the door. And I'll just share with everybody what that was as we walk into the office. No matter what's been happening in our lives, family, whatever, we press that love button coming in. It could just be a button off of your shirt. I have love buttons made. Tap
Mm-hmm.
that love button and we flood the room, flood ourselves, flood the universe with God, with love, with healing and life itself. So thank you.
Especially this time of year. This is why I
Yes.
liked doing this because it's Thanksgiving. This is a time we give thanks for what we have and what our family, our friends, everything, chiropractic. This is Thanksgiving time. But we need to do Thanksgiving all the time, but we forget. So,
Yep. Slipping and checking.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Paula, I love and appreciate you, and I miss you and Mike.
Yeah.
And we'll have to get together again very soon. And
I
thank you
love
for
and appreciate
joining
you
me.
too. And we miss you too. So happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
And keep doing
Thanksgiving.
what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Well,
Hey,
thank you. Thank you. You
it's so
too.
important what you're doing. So I thank you for that. And just keep listening.
Well, bless you. Thank you. And I'll see you very, very soon.
Okay.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
hon.